It's pretty impressive from what I've seen, and I'm looking forward to seeing more. I know you are too. So let's go check in with Ricardo Torres for today's daily demo. Hello and welcome to your daily demo for Saturday, October 10th. I'm Sean McInnes and I am joined by none other than Ricardo Torres. Ricardo, how you doing?
I'm good.
All right, I'm excited because we're about to check out Ratchet and Clank Future, A Crack in Time, a game that I'm looking forward to and you are looking forward to even more than I am, amazingly.
Very much so.
All right, so what are we about to check out here?
Well, we're about to check out Axiom Ctiy, which is it's a planet that Ratchet's going to. This is something that you come to pretty early on in the game. I don't want to spoil the story for anybody because there's actually quite a bit to the story in this game because they're wrapping up a bunch of stuff. But everybody knows Alistair Azimuth, who is this extra Lombax, which makes Ratchet not the last one. And basically, he's told Ratchet to meet him on a planet called. He's told to meet him on Axiom Ctiy.
So this game is obviously pretty story-heavy for an action platformer type of game.
Yes.
Is it critical that you've played the last few games in the Future series to really enjoy this one?
No, like the nice thing about the way they construct the game is there's always plenty of recap. And so I'm landing right now.
All right.
But there's always plenty of recap, so you're pretty much up to speed. Because this one kind of picks up where Quest for Booty left off.
Okay.
But all you really need to know is that Ratchet is trying to find Clank.
And Clank is separated from him. What's the sort of balance between the Ratchet levels and the Clank levels in this game?
The Clank levels are really different this time out because Clank has like powers, time powers, kind of like mini Braid. And Ratchet has a lot more gear, as usual. So here I am on Axiom Ctiy, and as you can see, nobody knows like the perfect formula for these games better than these guys because they love their big techno-moving cities.
I have to say, it's nice to see the normal Ratchet here. We were just at Tokyo Game Show where they have the big, fuzzy, eyebrowed version of Ratchet, which is just really kind of unsettling.
Yeah, you know. Unfortunately, they felt the need to go ahead and slightly tweak him for the Japanese audience because they felt that would make him a little bit more appealing to them. And it's actually worked. The series has sold really well over there. For folks that remember, I think it was Crash, Ratchet, and maybe even Spyro got a bit of a makeover for the Japanese releases back in the day, just to kind of tweak them more to the audience down there.
So the Ratchet series is obviously very big on these extravagant weapons. What sort of new guns do you have at your disposal this time?
Let's see, what do I have on me right now? I don't have much. I've been to a store, but Mr. Zircon's back, who is a personal favorite from the last one. He is your little buddy who goes ahead and assists you for a little while in combat and talks a lot of trash. So, you know, you gotta love that. So let me show you one of these other areas. But yeah, the swing shot's back, and he's got hover boots now, which are pretty cool, and you use them to access different areas. Got some weapons, and you see Mr. Zircon's doing his work. But they like explosions in this game, like hardcore. And the leveling system's back for your gear, as you can see. My glove went up in level. And there are flying saucers, which are that drop not nice things.
That's all right. It's just an opportunity for you to blow up even more stuff.
Yeah. Really do have to, you can't go on enough about how smooth this runs, despite the fact 9 times out of 10 you're blowing everything up.
And there's a lot of customization to the weapons too, right?
Yes. They've added a whole new thing called Constructo weapons, which lets you find pieces. Please don't let me fall. Yes. You can do a lot of modding to your weapons actually in this one. Because now there's this whole system where you can pick up pieces and really kind of tweak them out to kind of for the occasion, really, because you can go ahead and adjust the different the different qualities to it. So either you can have charge shots for some weapons, or you can have grenades that have like proximity fuse, or timers, or even what's been really useful is there's this one thing for the grenade that's called a sky burst, that it just kind of does a vertical explosion, which is great for flying enemies. And so here we are, kind of helping out the local citizens in the travel port. As you can see, luggage. And these are the locals, not really photogenic people. Got some attitude, but you know, Ratchet's very, very helpful. And let's see, of course, Mr. Zircon. And you know, it's very much a platform, even though it's got like all these kind of additional trappings. There's still great things like this where you have to do this jazz. And then for people that played Quest for Booty, you should remember that little feature.
Are there any equivalents to what Tools of Destruction did with like the rail grinding and the free falling sequences?
So far from what I've played, they like their rail grinding, so there's plenty of that. Haven't seen any free falling yet. But you know, we've only seen bits and pieces of the game, and there's a lot of it. Okay,
so here we are about to take a look at one of the bosses in the game. Can you set the stage for us? What are we about to see here?
We're about to see this big thing try and kill me, like repeatedly. So there's this big, well, it kind of looks like a pacifier actually, now that I'm looking at it. But yeah, so it's this big thing that is an evil robot. I don't want to give too much away, but suffice it to say, what's in it is bad.
Uh-oh.
And it just gives you an idea of the scale that they like to play with in the game.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing that they did with their most recent game, Resistance 2. They had just had huge, giant boss battles, and it looks like maybe they liked that and they decided to carry it over here.
It kind of worked for them, apparently, because now they're bringing these really big, horrible things into Ratchet. Although, in Tools of Destruction, they also had some pretty big bosses, too. If you remember, there was some of those sequences where you were rail grinding, trying to take out this big thing.
All right, so what's your strategy here? How do you plan on taking this guy out?
The strategy is to stay alive, because Alistair is going to help me.
Oh, okay.
He's not doing a whole lot for me. He's just stunning it so that I can get on it. And then I'm kind of on my own again.
Oh, okay.
He's not helpful. Not that helpful. I mean, the man's in his own spaceship. It's got weapons. He can't help. So it's just kind of, you dodge. And yeah.
Oh, that was close. Oh.
And he's giving you tips, but like from the safety of his spaceship, so I'm a little bitter about that.
Easy for you to say, Azimuth. I'm about to get lasered to death.
And as usual, the wrench is your friend.
All right, so it's definitely going to take a bit of work to fell this Colossus, so we'll go ahead and end here. Ricardo, when is this game out?
This is coming out October 27th, and the cool thing is there's all sorts of weird bonuses for pre-orders. I think you can, you know, depending on where you get it, you can either get bolts or neat gear or whatnot. So find out what works best for you.
All right, so that just about does it for today's daily demo.